As you're coming to the end of the quarter, you're probably thinking about your plans. What do you want to do personally and in your practice? This is a great time to get clear on your goals and create a roadmap for how to make them happen. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create a plan to increase the profitability of your practice and set goals you can actually achieve. And at the end of this episode, I'll tell you how you can get my free gap assessment for dental practices. If you're serious about growth, you don't want to miss that. I'm Dr. Anissa Holmes here with a new episode of Dental Boss TV showing smart and growth-minded dental bosses just like you how to start and scale a truly successful dental practice that gets you excited about coming into the practice every single day. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video on Dental Boss TV right here each and every Tuesday. Recently, I was on a coaching call with a doctor who told me things weren't going so well inside of our practice. First, she had a flood in her building. Just a few weeks later, her AC units were stolen in the middle of a heat wave. And then her practice was attacked with ransomware, putting patient records and her professional credibility at risk. And all of this came on top of closing earlier in the year for coronavirus. Stories like this show exactly why you need to plan for a rainy day or, a hurricane. Imagine if you had the peace of mind to know you have a reserve of cash. So if the worst happens again and you have to close, you can still pay your team. If you budget for a rainy day, it takes away a lot of the anxiety you go through as a business owner. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to create a roadmap for your year so you can increase your profitability, have the cash flow to plan for the future, and take more time for yourself. But first, a quick question for you. What's the number one thing that you want to achieve this year, either personally or professionally? Let me know in the comments below. When you're planning for a profitable year, there are 4 steps to make it happen. First, take a piece of paper and brainstorm everything you want to do. What's really important to you? What sort of profitability do you want to have? Which new services do you want to implement? What sort of technology do you want to invest in? Where do you want to go on vacation? How long? Do you want to take Thursdays off so you can coach your son's soccer team? Don't hold back. Just get all those ideas down on paper. Next, get specific about what you want to buy and when. If you decide you want to purchase a piece of equipment by Q3, you have 9 months to save for it. I spoke to one doctor recently and she was able to pay for a brand new operatory and scanner using cash. She could do that because she saved up ahead of time and planned for the expense. Yes, you have to be patient. But imagine what it feels like to invest in something big like that without taking on debt or accruing hefty interest payments. And if you decide you want to invest in yourself, in your clinical skills, you can start planning for that now. That way, when the opportunity comes up, you can jump on it instead of thinking, man, I really want to learn this thing, but I don't have the money for it. Thirdly, think about the systems you want to put in place. If you know you need to be more consistent with marketing, for example, go ahead and plan for it. Who'll be responsible? How will they make sure they know what content we need? How will they make sure we're consistent? Where will they find ideas? Do you have systems in place to track clinical metrics, production, and profitability? I teach simple and straightforward systems using low-tech tools like the Humble Whiteboard. It's kind of amazing when you can turn a $5 tool into a powerhouse for profitability. Have you implemented the morning huddle? Again, it's a simple system that doesn't cost you anything to put in place. You don't have to learn any fancy technology or invest in specialized equipment, but it'll make your entire office more productive and profitable. Do you have systems for tracking unscheduled patients and getting them on the books? Do you have systems for collections and keeping your accounts receivable under control? Metrics have to be a priority because they give you the information you need to grow your practice. And finally, as well as your big goals, you should also identify the important tasks you need to focus on to achieve them. This process is called creating rocks and is part of the Entrepreneurial Operating System, or EOS. The rocks are the tasks you need to concentrate on in the next 90 days to make your goals happen. And if you're so busy you don't have time to do everything, what's the one thing you really must do? Maybe you know you need to put an onboarding process in place, so you commit to doing it by the end of the quarter and map out the steps that will get you there. Perhaps you know you want to implement a new service next quarter, so you know you need to go ahead and get training this quarter. Maybe you've made the decision to update your website. Start planning now what needs to be done and when to achieve this goal. You might need to look at the work your scheduling coordinator is doing, for example. How many unscheduled patients is she getting rescheduled every week? How many $10,000 plus cases is she scheduling? These are the things to think about when you're building out your rocks. Look at the major tasks that will move you closer to your goals, and then keep your focus on doing those things to propel your dental practice moving forward. If you're excited to plan out a truly profitable year, then I have something you're going to love. In the comments below this video, you'll find a link to my free practice gap assessment, so you can uncover the biggest areas of potential growth in your own practice. Be sure to check that out so that you can start this quarter off strong. Also, if you want to join a community of dental bosses just like you, I have a Facebook group where over 15,000 dental bosses are already learning and growing. Join us in the Dental Boss Movement Facebook group if you want support and training as you grow your dental practice. The link is below this video. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Be sure to subscribe and share it with other dental bosses who could learn from it too. And don't forget to comment below with Dental Boss if this video helped you to plan for a truly profitable quarter.